What's going on, people? It's Bobby and welcome back to Red's Remix. This is episode 5 and it is an absolutely chocker episode. There's all kinds for us to do in this one. Alright, now before we start, I do want to just make a quick note about the top corner there. Obviously you can see we've got 1.6 million coins and 750 FC points. The FC points we're not going to be spending on packs or anything. They're just there for an evolution that we're going to do today, which I will show you in a little bit. 1.6 mil has come from mainly our last episode where we opened up some packs to get a nice base for the club, and a little bits of trading and things like that. That's not the final total. We've still got players to sell. We've still got items in the club to sell. I'm going through as I go and selling them just because it's quite a long process, but that will get close to the 2 mil mark. In fact, 10 minutes ago just, it was actually sitting at 1.4 mil, but then offline I did this. Oh my word, people. So I've just been opening, well, I say opening, I opened a promo pack just on the off chance. Just thought, you know what, whatever, let's get one open. I put a few points on essentially for an evolution, which I'll show you in this episode. I didn't want to spend 50k on it, so just thought, you know, I'll put a few points on. So I ended up with enough points left over to just essentially open a 25k pack. So I thought, you know what, let's just go and open it. Like, probably won't get anything, but at least there'll be a couple of k. But oh my god, you've got Eder Militao. Of course it happened when we weren't recording, of course it did, but wow, it's just over the 100k there to go. What is he, like 130, 140, maybe slightly more? Wow, we will add that to the coin total, no problem whatsoever. Wow. So, as you can see, whilst I was offline, not recording, I opened up a promo pack and we packed Eder Militao. 150k Eder Militao on the off chance, just randomly. Of course I wasn't recording when I did it, but whatever, we'll take it. And now our coins sit at 1.6 mil, so we'll be able to do lots of great stuff for the series with those coins, getting some big players as we go. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. But anyway, what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be, first of all, showing the update on the squad. So we've actually now managed to get a full Liverpool 11, bench and a couple of reserve players as well. So I'll be showing you what we've got there first. We'll then obviously, as you can see with the FC points, go and do that evolution. And that'll be our 4th EVO'd Liverpool player. They're not all finished yet, but they're in progress. So that'll be something that we do over the next couple of episodes. I'm really excited to get those players done and see what other players we can do over the next few days. Also, as you can see from all the yellow dots everywhere, we've actually got objectives rewards, we've got squad battles rewards, because I did squad battles last night, overnight. I did that to make sure I got some of the rewards. We don't have the top rewards. I did just as many games as I could get in, so I don't even know where I ended up, so we're going to find out in a minute. And then finally, we're going to be getting online today, whether we do rivals or rush, I'm not sure yet, but we're definitely going to be getting online and hopefully using some of these Liverpool players. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so we played quite a few games of rush in the end, starting off with this one. We started off by playing with randoms as well, and this, in our first game, we did end up losing this game. There wasn't really many highlights, to be honest, and I think everyone knows when I say that people do not pass in rush. This game ended up being one of those games where that showed that evidently. There's basically like no passing. We did get a couple of goals and I ended up playing as GRAVENBERCH. Just, you know, I played a defensive role. I didn't really want to get stuck in the melee of players just sprinting forward, and that's something that happens quite a lot in this game. People just sprint forwards and forget that defending is even a thing. So from rush in general, I've taken a stance of more or less just taking a more defensive approach, which I quite like, distributing the ball from the back and, you know, stopping plays going forwards. Moving into our second game, we had this one was like the complete opposite of the first game that we played. Even though we were still playing with randoms, we got quite lucky. Ended up playing with a group that didn't pass a whole load, but passed definitely much more than in that first game, and we ended up just tearing these apart, to be honest.
just goal after goal after goal. I was still playing as Ryan Gravenberch, just played a nice calm game again, sat back a little bit, distributed the ball, broke things up when I could. But yeah, this team I was either playing with a better bunch of players or playing against a much worse opponent. Really, you can see there just making a little block with Gravenberch, and that's what I was looking to do, just break it up. Even here when he plays that cross, just making sure to go and win that. And I'll say this, Gravenberch is very good in the air. He is 6'3", so you know you'd hope he would be good in the air, but he genuinely is very good, and I've enjoyed using his card quite a bit, to be honest. He can just do a bit of everything, and when his evolution is complete, I can see him being a very, very effective player to use as like a box-to-box. But yeah, like I said, we basically tore these apart, and just after this goal they ended up leaving anyway, so that was the end of that game. After that, I chose to play with some friends, and we played a whole bunch of games. I'm just going to highlight 2 of them. The first one, we played with this guy, Cho Gui-sung. What a player. Silver player, FC Midtjylland, and this guy for the silver was really, really good. Playing with friends, we essentially just tried to pick players that we could use to get the bonuses. Really, realistically, that's what we were looking to do. I ended up had to use a player from Korea, so chose this guy and was just really good. He's also one of the players I used in the moments challenges, and he's just good at basically everything. Like, even though his stats don't say he is, he's tall enough to win aerial battles. He can shoot the ball, being a striker. That obviously, he's got an alright pass on him. Big enough to make good interceptions. You'll see here, little challenge there, and then just finishes it really calmly, bottom corner. Yeah, just a really good player. If you're someone who likes rocking with silver players and using players from different countries, different leagues, Cho Gui-sung, go and use him. He's really good, as you can see there, distributing the ball well, and then the power shot with the inevitable deflection into a player. We ended up winning this one. The other player that I want to highlight in our final game here is this guy, Morsi from Ipswich. This Egyptian player is, honestly, it's a 76 rating. His stats look like bang average. The guy's a monster. The guy can do everything. Literally everything. It's only pace, really, that he's lacking, but as you can see there, he can spray the ball brilliantly well. He can tackle. He can intercept. He can pass. Like, he's honestly brilliant. Like here, just winning the ball at the back, just shielding that out there, making sure it doesn't come straight back at us. And then even when we get the ball now, one touch and then bang, straight down the other end of the pitch, just distributing it. An absolute wizard. Honestly, loved using him. And to be fair, even here you'll see this cross now, just pinpoint. But to be fair, that's one of the things I do like a lot about Rush, and the bonuses coming from using players in different leagues and things. It gives an excuse to use a whole bunch of different players, and you end up finding these little gems or these hidden gems from these teams, like Morsi, for example. Here you can see he's just distributing the game nice. He's quite agile on the ball as well. He can just do a little bit of everything, and you wouldn't really find these players if you just looked at the stats only and never had to use them. So I like the fact that Rush isn't just jump in with whatever players you want. I do think they should add some additional challenges, or a challenge that's always there where you can just jump in with whoever you want. But also, you know, still add these kind of things as well, where this one I think was a 79 max rating, untradables only, and it forces you to use different players, and that gives you the opportunity to find some gems that you wouldn't use otherwise. So I've really enjoyed playing it, and we ended up winning that game 3-1. Morsi just sat back, did everything, distributed for the team, linked it up well. As you can see there, top passer, 8.6 rating, most interceptions from a 76 rated player with bang average stats, let's be honest. So yeah, Rush, really, really interesting. Enjoyed playing with Gravenberch when I could until his rating went too high, and then really, really enjoyed playing just with a bunch of other players that I wouldn't have played with otherwise. But as a game mode, Rush, really interesting, enjoyed it a lot, and yeah, that'll be it for this episode. In the next one, we'll get into some more of our evolutions, hopefully play a few more games, and we'll just see what the game has to offer for the Reds. See you in the next one. Peace.